understand.
Thoughts on lemon stream heads?
Oh, fuck. Man, that's a loaded question. That's one yeah. I got a lot of thoughts on it, I think. I would just start by saying I think it was the wrong venue or host, maybe. It's good to have a host that's totally neutral. Obviously, you want somebody that's like not directly involved. But when they're so far removed that they're kind of just like, this is all kind of, you know, like, I think they even say a couple times, like, we want to know, like, whose dog did he kick? You know, like...
It's like, Jesse hit a dog, like, kicked a dog. All right, Jesse hit the dog. Or, you know, he kicked a dog, he's... whatever.
Like, they wanted, like, give me the juice, give me, like, the tea, basically. And I think it's more than that, it's deeper than that, where it's not just something as quick as you can get out in one podcast kind of thing. I also think Jace,
first and foremost,
Borgslayer, trying to represent everybody's story is a impossible job. I think he definitely could have done better, obviously. Like, there's things you could always do better with. But I think for what he was doing, it was an impossible task to begin with, to try to relay other people's stories and experiences and shit, especially when you can't really like share anything about it. Like, what are you supposed to, was he supposed to hold up DMs about shit? I don't even think he had any of that on him. I don't know, man. It just felt like a big mess and not the right format. Yeah, I don't know. It just felt like a waste, honestly. To me, it did, like, just listening to it just felt like nothing really got resolved. Nothing was really hashed out. Like Jesse said, sorry a bunch. I guess that's, if that works for some people. I saw some people that he directed those apologies to say apology not accepted. So I don't know how much those mattered to them. I guess those would be the only people that it would matter to. I don't know, man. Yeah, I think just in general, it was a fucking mess. Could have been done better, like, on basically everyone's part, I think. Minus, like, the main host, Lamone, I guess. What are you going to do? You know, I think he thought he was going to get what he kept asking for. He was like, what's the beef? Like, tell us what it is. He wanted, like, a concrete thing, you know, to be like, that's the thing that Jesse did.
It's like, Jesse hit a dog.
And I don't think it's that cut and dry. It's not that simple. And for a lot of these people, like people that I know personally that were affected by relationships with Jesse, that I've talked to, like, they're all different. All their stories are different. And it's like our community is way smaller than the 5-inch community. And I feel like those guys kind of have like a different outlook on stuff. Not that it's wrong. It's just, I just don't think they were the right people for that conversation. It's just, I don't know. It shouldn't have been a podcast, to be honest. It should have just, this needs to happen like off air somewhere, you know? I just don't think anybody wants to meet at the table to do that.
That AI summary for the deathmatch kept calling wibbly weebly bleed, and I think that's hilarious. Thoughts on lemons?
That's funny. Sorry, I'll let it catch up.
I got a clip of Jesse acting like P. Diddy.
Basically,
Let's hear it.
Right? Yeah, that's basically what they wanted. I have direct relationships personally with Zotek, Borgslayer, Jesse. I've dealt with all of them personally. None of them have ever done anything wrong to me, period. Nothing. I think the most wrong anybody ever did out of those three was Zotek with the old Discord server. And a lot of you guys know that story. That's why we left the WeBleed server. I was extremely vocal about it. I don't give a shit about like who knows or who cares. I'm not going to tiptoe through the tulips with people. I'm just going to say how I feel and move on with my day. I know a lot of other people like kind of, they granny sacked these stories. They've had these stories for months and months and some of them years. So it seemed insane to the listeners. Like, why the fuck are we talking about something that happened 6 years ago? Basically, like, and I get that. That makes sense to me. I understand that. And that's what I was saying. Like, I think just overall, the whole thing was wrong. It was just all like done wrong. But what I meant is like, I'm not going to dig into anybody. I'm not going to say either side is wrong here. I have my opinions on everybody, I guess, but that's the same with everybody in my life. I have opinions on every person, you know, not good or bad. I just mean like in general opinions.
Also, Jesse seemed untruthful to me.
And see, I agree that, yeah, a lot of those apologies, like when you're getting called out and that's when you apologize, that looks shitty. Like, no matter who you are, it's just not a good move. But then Jesse also went on to Facebook and then said, well, I've already said a lot of these apologies, though. Like, I already did apologize for these things back when it happened. But then it's his word versus the other person who says, no, he didn't, and, like, he's lying now, and that's why he was apologizing. Or whatever. You know, like, it's, again, somebody said it best. They were like, without any DMs or screenshots or something, it's just stories. It's just he said, she said, unless there was, like, eyewitness, I guess, if, like, multiple pilots saw him do or have weird interactions with somebody or whatever. Like, there needs to be something, though. I don't know. The best thing I can say to sum it up is just, it was all bad. I think all of it was bad.
They want Jesse to do it. They don't want to accept his apology.
The stream was all bad. I think what they were trying to do was recognize a pattern of behavior. Obviously, like, that was something they were trying to build on, is that it wasn't just these 6 testimonials that were on Facebook, although I know that was said, like, a bunch of times. Well, I want to address these 6. It's just these 6. It was only 6. Like, I've heard from more than 6 people, but it's not my stories to share, but I just mean people that just said, like, I didn't have a great experience with him, or I don't really want to do business with him because, like, I tried and it didn't work out great, or, like, he leaves me on red all the time. And that's something I'm sure half of you in chat have probably dealt with. Jesse's left me on red tons of time. Like, he does this. That's just something that he does. He does it to people all the fucking time. I'll say these things because I don't care on my end, but, like, the other people's stories, they're not mine to share. And a lot of them, like, they feel really, like, betrayed by him. They really feel like they were used by him. And I guess the idea of the stream was not really to have him apologize so much as to say, like, why do you think you have all these things happening? Why do you think all these people have an issue with you? At least that's what I think they were going for. I don't fucking know what they were going for, to be honest. Again, I don't know who organized that stream, but it was a bad idea. Whoever was like,
balls, cut like pizza.
This will be a good idea. You were wrong.
Are we friends?
It was not.
Jared, are we friends?
My opinion on this situation is that you really need to put trippy spins in your cinematic footage.
I agree, actually.